Okay, I'm not kidding when I say that was probably the most fun thing I have done in a year. All of us, I'm sure all of us just wanted to throw up. Like there were no words to say. I'm just really trying to get my life together, and I am.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me.
Good morning, guys, and happy Tuesday. I believe it is. It's so weird. I feel like with the whole holiday season, I don't know what day of the week it is. Like every day feels the same. It's just been a lot with like seeing family and going out, and I'm just so confused, but it's definitely Tuesday. It's actually kind of a weird morning, I'm not gonna lie. Last night, I'm sure a lot of you know by now, at the Bengals-Bills game, a player on the Bills collapsed. He went into cardiac arrest. They were working on him for like 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, it was just insane, because right before that happened, it was either another player who got injured or damar Hamlin. I literally cannot remember which, and this would have been before it was evident damar Hamlin was very injured. I literally said to Zach, it's amazing and great that we haven't seen any players getting really injured in pretty much my lifetime, at least like my adult life, like not that I can remember. And then that happened, and so the last update we got was this morning. They weren't giving us any updates last night, and it's just that they intubated him, they put him to sleep so they could put the tube in his throat. His vitals returned to normal, but I don't know, like I just can't even imagine. So they canceled the game, and like it just was one of those situations, like I literally felt like I was going to puke, because I just can't even imagine how his family must feel. Anyway, like I just wanted to mention that this morning just feels weird, and I'm currently sitting outside. They just opened up a new burn boot camp here on Long Island, specifically in Garden City. So I tried it out last week with Carly, and now I'm going alone. I hate going to the gym alone, like, or a new gym, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to expect. I went once, and Carly and I were the only ones in the class. It was like a private class, because this is just like the grand opening week, so we shall see. I'm nervous, and I'm really not in good shape. I lose it so fast when I stop, like, with my routine, so we'll see. I'm actually not okay. I cannot even explain. So it was just me again today. So actually, I mean, last time there was at least Carly there. It was literally just me, aka personal training, which is a nightmare. I mean, it's obviously great, and I got a great workout in, but when I'm in a group class and I'm dying, like I'm just dying, I'm gonna throw up, I can stop, because there's, 25 other people there. The trainer's not looking at me. Like I can kind of like just plan my little breaks. Oh, not today at all, because it's just me and the trainer. And there were some, I'm like dying. There were so many times, guys, where I was thinking to myself, I was doing like these jump kicks, I'm gonna throw up and I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. And instead the trainer says, 4 more, I know you got this. You could do 4 more in 10 seconds. What? No, I cannot. I cannot even do 1 more. So, and by the way, it was such a good workout. Like, people pay a lot of money to do personal training, and I essentially just got personal training. So I just like actually almost like vomited everywhere, but it was so good. It feels really good to be back at it in the gym. It's just the week or even like the month that you come back sucks. It really does. Like, that's the truth. You're so out of shape. Everything just feels 10 times harder, but you have to be at this point in order to get to the point you want to be. So that's just the way it's going to be, and I'm just going to keep at it. I really feel dead though. I decided we could do a little Trader Joe's haul, although it was so freaking crowded. 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. How is that possible? But Trader Joe's, man. A lot of people have figured it out that it really is the elite shopping experience. So I got romaine hearts and shredded kale. I need to like spice up my salads, because I decided I want to go back to salads. I'm like either a sandwich person or a salad person, and I just rotate by the months. Like some months I'm a sandwich person. I'm kind of feeling the salad lifestyle right now. It's kind of calling my name. So we'll try that. What are these, tangerines? Zach requested Greek yogurt. We've got cucumbers, chicken breast. I really want to try some type of like sleepy time tea, because I've been wanting that at night. Like, I've been craving it, so we'll see how that tastes. My mom requested mayonnaise, tuna. This is gonna be my first time trying the Trader Joe's balsamic vinaigrette, which I'm a little nervous because I am very picky when it comes to my dressing, but we're gonna be crazy. We've got tomatoes, chickpeas, bananas. The whole reason I even started going to Trader Joe's, the murasaki potatoes, aka Japanese sweet potatoes. So freaking good, guys. You have to try them. And then avocados. And because I just went grocery shopping and got all my groceries for the week, I'm obviously about to eat out, because Zach said he was going to the Bistro, which is like the best Long Island spot, by the way. Do a little haul, Zach. Show us what we got. This is my mom's. That is a Cobb salad. This is mine. This is the classic chicken salad. It's so like plain almost, but the dressing makes up for it. We've got the lettuce, the grilled chicken, the onion, and the tomato. So freaking good. And it's a good price. This is only like 10 or 11 bucks. And then what do you get? You ate it! Oh, that's not surprising. He got a wrap. You haven't said anything, Zach. Come on, they want to see you. Zach!
I'm doing like dry January with YouTube where I'm like cutting it out.
Oh no, Zach. Well, you probably will be because you're leaving us.
Oh.
Guys, Zach and
Looky
I have
there.
to prepare for long distance. We've only ever done Dayton to Cincy. Like, this is long, like, we're gonna die.
We are?
Yeah, because we, like, just love being together so much, you know?
You might die.
What about you?
And I, too, will die.
I just got out of the shower and I raced to my phone for Local 12's noon broadcast because I saw that they were holding some sort of prayer service outside the hospital for Damar Hamlin. And these newscasters, like Local 12, but also ESPN last night, did such a good job because when it happened, obviously the game stopped. They suspended the game. They had to just talk for over an hour. Meanwhile, all of us, I'm sure all of us, just wanted to throw up. Like, there were no words to say. They somehow did it, though. And, like, it was incredible to watch. Like, it truly is a talent. If you're new to my channel, do not be alarmed by the mess. I talked about it in my last video. I recently moved back home with my parents temporarily, and there's just no room for Zach and me here. So it is what it is. We're learning to cope. We're learning to be okay with it, even though none of this is okay. Oh my gosh, by the way, I just applied fake nails, Glamnetic, if this will focus. These might be my favorite ones yet. There might be some glue on my hands because I just clean that up after, like when I'm showering, but these are so beautiful. It's like this ombre. And I like the ones that are short. Like, I'm not into the whole claw thing. Like, they don't go that much past my finger. But I was just sitting here about to get ready because I have to film some sponsored content for Instagram. I'm listening to How I Built This with Guy Raz, which is one of my favorite podcasts. He basically just interviews successful people who created something. It could be anything, Airbnb, McDonald's, Starbucks, like anything. This episode is Beauty Wonder, and it's just so interesting to see how people came up with these insanely great inventions. So I love that, but then I decided to whip out my vlog camera because I had a little revelation. So as you guys know, I am a big reader, love reading, and one question I got a lot when I was reporting is, how the heck do you read so many books? How do you find the time? And guess what, guys? I have some terrible news. My goal this year was to read 52 books, a book a week, basically. I read 51. And I had the time. Like, I could have read a 50-second book. Like, I had many days. I had like a week and a half. Nope. I don't know. I wasn't in the mood and I just didn't do it. And I realized, like, when everyone always asks, like, how the heck do you have time to read? Like, what the heck? It's all about momentum. And sometimes when you're less busy, you actually get less done. I'm not kidding, because it's just, if you're working, you work 9 hours a day, then you come home and then you just keep going. Like, you just keep it up. I mean, obviously some people might not do that, but for me, that's very much so how it was. And I feel like for a lot of people, single parents, like a single mom, like, I just feel like they're like super women, like super people, just because like they have just so much momentum. Whereas right now my schedule is obviously super flexible, super lax. And one thing I don't like is, like, I feel like I have no momentum. Like, I almost need to like assign myself fake times where I must be ready. I must be like ready to film, ready to do things, because I just like having structure so much better. I mean, right now it's 3 p.m. and I'm just now doing my makeup. That is awful. That is really bad. Like, it's not good. Speaking of reading, though, if you guys need any recs getting into the new year, I do have my highlight on my Instagram stories of books 2022. And then when I decide to actually pick up a book this year, I will be creating books 2023. I pretty much, literally my favorite types of books, it's just two of them. Thrillers, autobiographies / biographies, like nonfiction. But I hate self-help books. Like, I'm not a self-help book person. I want to just read someone's story. I don't want someone preaching at me. So love those two types of books. And then I'm open to others, but every time I pick up like a romance, no, that's like not my type. We need thrill, or it needs to be someone's real life. I feel like people's lives are so interesting. This is my current setup for filming that sponsorship for Instagram, which I am just struggling with, first of all, having to hide this huge mess in this room. I don't want to mess up Zach's stuff because I see he has it kind of like organized, and I don't want to close the suitcase because it looks like he has something going on here, but I'm hoping my big head can block like some of this. And it's just, it is what it is. But another big thing, guys, this is how bright the room is. Like, it's just a super gloomy day, which it looks like we're going to be getting a lot of those in New York. It's so dark. All of the windows are open. Like, this is just New York. And this is why I want to move to Florida. Like, it literally feels depressing. I'm not trying. I know I sound like I'm complaining a lot. I know, I am. But I don't know, like ever since discovering Florida and just how beautiful and bright and happy it is there, it's not even about the warmth. It's really not. It's also about the sun. But obviously, disclaimer, I know it gets rainy there sometimes, but there's way more sunlight in Florida than here. Actually, I could probably look it up. Okay, in Tampa, Florida, there are 244 sunny days a year. Compared to where I'm from, there are 168. So it's just gloomy, it's just doomy. I'm about to shoot this and I'll feel so much better because for whatever reason, I've been procrastinating this. I don't know why. I think it doesn't have to do with me doing the actual task, if that makes sense. It has to do with like, where am I gonna film it? How's the setup gonna look? This is awful. So I think I found a way to kind of hide the mess, I hope. Hello, Zach, and welcome to another meal in the life of Zach and Clancy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, pretend you made it. Guys, I really switched things up for tonight's meal. Instead of asparagus, I made us some broccoli. So I've really been enjoying this whole domestic princess lifestyle. I'm feeling very proud of myself, although I'm not gonna lie, I can't imagine like cooking for a family of 5. Like, how exactly do you do it? Because this isn't even a lot. This isn't even anything special, but I enjoy it. The vlog, Zach is gonna join our dinner conversation. How was your day at work?
It was fine. How was your day at work, dear?
It was great. A few hiccups. Zach actually came upstairs when I was very frustrated.
Just a couple hiccups.
Just a couple. I was just getting frustrated with our Wi-Fi hasn't been working. The lighting has been awful in the bedroom, so.
You made it through.
I did. I would just like to give a very important PSA that Love Island Australia Season 4 is now on Hulu. Zach and I have been on Cloud 9.
Cloud 9. 10, maybe.
Audiences. Your discretion advised.
And I'm drinking that herbal sleepy tea I got from Trader Joe's today. It's mint, which normally I'm not the biggest fan of mint, but I actually really like it. Good morning, Mr. Walter. Zach coming down the stairs. Oh, this is the classic work from home outfit. Party on the bottom, business on top.
Do you work from home?
Yes, I do.
Oh, so should we look at your outfit?
Yeah. Well, okay, you wanna know how lazy I am? Zach and I are playing pickleball tonight at 6. I'm in my pickleball outfit because I don't want to have to change into 2 outfits. So, in case you must know, this is the pickleball fit, and I have a feeling we're gonna win today. Walter. Love him. We love him so much. Walter and I match, black and white. Zach, tell everyone, including my mom, what you said about the test. Mom, Zach, first of all, my mom sits here and reads every single freaking comment. It's too much,
Say
Mom.
hi, everyone.
Well, leave a nice comment for my mom. Actually, she has her cane. You'll never sneak up on me. That's all I can say. I hear you coming from a mile away.
I know.
How? Wait, so I couldn't even... Did you tear both knees or something?
Yeah, well, arthritis in both knees, and then the one tear was not major. It was the meniscus on the right knee.
That was the cert.
So that was going to be to repair that and clean out the arthritis. They scrape it. But then I did the left knee playing pickleball, but he thinks I tore that from the root. Because we had already done a MRI before that, I'm not approved for an MRI yet because I'd done MRI on both knees and cortisone shots in both. So the company won't pay for it again. And he said, why didn't you hurt yourself sooner? I was like, gee, thanks. But they did 3 x-rays and can see where the fluid is where usually if you tear it from the root, it fills with fluid. So that usually is not a successful surgery for someone my age. So it was supposed to be 4 weeks on crutches. I can't do crutches because whenever I am up, it's because I want to carry something like a cup of coffee or so. I negotiated down to cane. And then today we're doing lunch, but I would have loved to have walked into town.
I know. Today we're going to go into town with my cousin Sean for our little tradition. We get Our Town, it's called, in Malvern. So freaking good. Which my family is so big. I still haven't seen Sean. Like, it would take me being home 2 months to see every family member. Not to mention, not all of them are here. A lot of them are scattered in Ireland, etc. But like, I've thought about it. Like, when Zach and I have a family, it's going to be so small because we both only have one sibling. I don't see Neil necessarily having kids. He'll definitely have pets, but I don't think he'll necessarily have kids. I don't know. So I just feel like it's gonna be so weird because I'm used to having like a million cousins, but Zach, say the testing thing. I kind of cut you off.
No, I mean, there's nothing that you can see right now, but there's just like an occasional like dollar, I feel like, lying around.
Like, it's so weird. Like, in every room almost, there's like a dollar.
We're just seeing if you'll take the dollar and run.
Did you hear that, Mom? Zach said he feels like he's being tested, like, and you guys are seeing whether or not he'll take the dollar.
Granny used to say that Dad was so careless with money because she would find like hundreds just, you know, in various places. And...
I know, when I was younger, I thought my dad was rich. Like, I mean, I don't think it's weird to say, like, my mom was kind of, like, made more money than my dad, whatever. So my dad's a carpenter, so he gets paid in cash. So I'd go in my dad's wallet and be like, this man is rich. And I'd go in my mom's wallet, it'd just be like a couple of ones, and I'm like, my mom doesn't do anything for the family. Kidding, but yeah, that was my childhood. Walter, you want to get clipped? Yep. Walter, be steady. Clipped. Oh my gosh, this guy wants to get out of here. My mom always tells me Walter has friends that he sees during his walks, and so all of a sudden I hear this guy yell, Walter! And I'm just like, I kind of like look like startled. I'm like, are you talking about my Walter? And then he's like, oh, who are you? Because obviously he sees my mom walk Walter every day. So it's like, why is this strange woman walking him? So then I was like, oh, like I'm Kathy's daughter. Like, nice to meet you or whatever. And he asked what my name was. And I said, Clancy. And he's like, I know your last name. What's your first name? And so I explained like, oh, like Clancy was my mom's last name, but then she gave it to me as a first name, yada, yada, yada. But guys, like, I'm not kidding. I don't know if I've ever had a normal interaction with someone when he always does this. Look at him. Come on, Walt. I don't think I've ever had a normal interaction with someone when I say my name. Like, it's always like, oh, what? Like, Nancy? No, Clancy. Or, oh, where'd you get that name? Like, I wonder what the heck it's like to be named Janice or like Anne or Kate, like something normal. Like, what? Like, But Walter is seriously the best dog to walk. Like, look at this. And that's poop, but I'm barely holding the leash. With my last dog, Molly, and the dog before that, Kelly, walking them was a risk. If they saw a squirrel, if they saw the slightest thing, they took their entire body weight. They're like big boxers where I had to like plant my feet. I had to like sit on the ground in order to like make sure they weren't going to like escape or pull me. It was insane. So like, this is so enjoyable. Well, I go out to lunch with my mom. This is Zach's lunch today, a bowl of kale and some deli meat because apparently he forgot how to grocery shop, I think.
No, this is what I want.
Yeah. Mooching off my groceries. Which, for the record, I asked you what you wanted at the grocery store yesterday and all you said was yogurt. This is not my fault. But tonight we have pickleball, so we can't have you eating, you know, bad. You have to be healthy, be focused.
No McDonald's today.
And if you guys watched my last vlog, you would have... Who's calling me? Hilton... Oh my god, that guy needs to stop. But as I was saying, if you watched my last vlog, you would know Zach and I had been playing Carly and her fiance in pickleball. We won both times. And then Carly and her fiance played one-on-one. Carly crushed him. So now Carly's getting a better partner, like someone who's better. His name is Joe. He's our friend's husband. So we'll see who's gonna win. I'm kind of scared.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things
My mom, my cousin Sean, and I decided to come to the beach, which this is Long Beach. I feel like when people where I'm from, like on Long Island, decide to move out, either you go to New York City or you go to Long Beach, both obviously very expensive, both a lot of young people. And I feel like had I not become a news reporter, that would have been my pipeline. It's just like what you do. But honestly, I'm so glad I decided to become a news reporter. No offense, obviously, like love it here as I'm staring at so much construction, but I'm just so glad I had an opportunity or like an excuse to explore the country a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, why the heck would I have moved to Ohio? I'm just talking about the fact that I'm glad I moved out.
That's nice. I mean, you're on Facebook Live.
Oh, no, I'm just glad I could explore other places, because a lot of people I was saying who are young either move to Manhattan or Long Beach. You can see like all the apartments and condos. Why are you on Facebook Live? You don't even have an audience.
We've got 72 people watching you right now.
No, you don't.
We do.
Wait, let me see how many people.
I don't want to show off.
0?
No, I don't want to show
Let me
off.
see.
We don't have 0. We
Well,
have 73 people.
Let me see, Mom.
No,
One person. I wonder who that is.
it was 2.
Okay, so I'm just here walking around. Ran into Rachel, who's also from Long Island. This is so crazy. So good to meet you. Oh my goodness. Small world. But yeah, let's definitely take a picture. Okay. I'm back home. That was very nice going to the beach with my mom and Sean. And then our town is like our little spot we always go to when we're home. But it's 3 p.m. and I can tell you right now, I'm not getting done a lot of what I thought I was going to get done today. It is just so hard for me to be productive here because this is just no longer my house, right? Like I kind of talked about it in last vlog. This used to be where I grew up, where I lived, but now it's hard. Like I was supposed to go to Best Buy today to possibly try to get a new mic, considering I've been mic-less. These vlogs, it's so hard for me to put up work, if you want to call it that, vlogs, whatever, like my videos when I know they're not what they should be in terms of audio. And like my brother was telling me a fact that audio actually matters more than video. Like, I don't even know. All of these things that make me feel like I am producing crap right now. So I didn't have time to get the mic from Best Buy. I'll have to try to do that tomorrow maybe. And I'm trying to adapt to being home and trying to like come up with a game plan where I can still be productive and do what I need to do, but also enjoy my time here, seeing my family, like all of that. Like I'm so glad I'm doing that. I'm just really trying to get my life together, and I've been sitting in front of, I personally use Google Cal. I love a handwritten calendar, but right now I'm trying not to accumulate so many things with a big move ahead of me. So I'm just trying to keep everything electronic for now. Plus it is really nice being able to just like move things around. There are so many things where it's like, oh no, actually I'm gonna do that video that day, and it's so much more organized here. But in the future, I really do want like a handwritten calendar. And another thing I've been doing on the Notes app on my phone is I'm brainstorming my 2023 goals. And these aren't resolutions. Like I've never been one of those people, and you heard my dad talk about it last vlog, who's like, oh my gosh, January 1st, it all starts now. Like, no, I'll come up with new goals in March, April, May. But at the same time, I think it's cool to just evaluate at the beginning of each year. Like, why not use this as a time to better yourself? So I've come up with a couple. Number one, this one's obvious, is just like the only thing on my mind: find a place to live. And I'm really excited to find a place that I'm excited about. Where I live, I literally can't explain it other than saying it means a lot to me. I know people, a lot of people, especially those who I went to school with, say like they don't really care about where they live. And the reason that comes up in conversation is they were moving to New York City, where you're essentially living in a shoebox right out of college with a 1-year post-graduation salary. A lot of people obviously aren't making that much, and that's fine. But for me, and it has been very evident these past few days, weeks, whatever, that I've been home on Long Island, it's like I really care about where I live, and just if it's neat, if it's bright and happy, and yeah, it means a lot to me. So I'm very excited to find a place to live. 2, and this is probably like the first year I've ever said this, I want to care less about money. Don't get me wrong, I want to make a lot of money, I want to do all of that, but I have noticed throughout my life, when you don't care about money, sometimes it kind of just comes to you. I'm not saying every time, like I'm not saying you sit on your butt and then it comes to you, but work hard, do your best. It's just not worth stressing about, especially in such small ways. Like I can think of times I've gotten stressed about money in the stupidest ways where I'm like, I can't buy like hair ties because like, I'm not kidding. I've had crazy thoughts. Zach and I always love to talk about when the pandemic hit. Keep in mind, like wearing masks was not a thing. There were some people who were doing it, but it really wasn't a thing. and we were at Target, and he went and bought 20 disposable, like these cotton, not disposable, so I guess you keep wearing them, 20 masks. And I thought that was insane. I was like, why are you buying 20 masks? Like, we should just buy one each and then you keep washing it. And like, I just remember thinking like, oh my God, Target's selling this for like $25. This isn't worth $25. I was freaking out over $25. Like, that's how frugal I can be in my mind. One thing I always want to make clear, I'm not cheap. Like, I will never short someone. I can't explain it. Like, I tip well. It's not about being cheap. It's just about making smart decisions. So I certainly want to go into the new year doing that. But I also just, I don't know. I feel like I have been in a position where I have made more than I thought I would. Obviously, the elephant in the room, when I, started making YouTube videos while reporting, and then they were doing better than my reporting salary, all of that, where I wasn't expecting to make as much as I did. And it was a great 5 seconds where I was like, oh my gosh, like I made X amount. Nothing changed. I never changed my lifestyle. I'm really happy living the way I live. I don't need designer things. I don't need to drive a crazy car. I do want to live in a nice place, but then again, you could find nice places that aren't $1 million. And so, I don't know. I want to continue a philosophy that I feel like I have had in the past of just money doesn't really matter. And that's why I majored in broadcast journalism. That's why I decided to become a TV news reporter. It's like, it just didn't matter to me because every single teacher was telling us you're not going to be making any money when you first start out. Literally didn't matter to me. I'm like, but am I going to be happy? I think I am. Check. Let's go. Let's do it. So yeah, I just don't want to worry about money so much, especially like we have our wedding coming up. We're going to be making, well, I already have made some big purchases, and it is what it is. You only get married once, I hope. Number 3. I want to cook more meals for Zach and me. I think it's so nice when we share a meal together. I have been doing that on Long Island just because, I don't know, I just have. Like, Zach asked if I could cook him dinner one night, and I just have every single night since. And I've talked about it on here before where life is so different now, and the big meal around the dinner table, like I know that means a lot to some people. It just doesn't mean that much to us because we spend so much time together throughout the day that who cares if we don't eat dinner together, but it has been nice. 4, this is boring. I just want to, keep health a priority. I have been pretty frustrated with my shoulder situation. The whole B12 thing was like just a whole thing to try to solve when I was severely deficient in it, and just like wondering like, well, do I have to get a shot every week for the rest of my life? And so yeah, I just want to definitely make health a priority. But I feel like I've always like had that philosophy. And the last thing I thought of for now, which I could think of other things down the road, like this is by no means a complete list, it's just something I randomly started thinking of. I want to volunteer in some capacity, give my time, something like that. Like, do good for others, be selfless. I'm always the happiest in life when I'm selfless, when I do selfless things. It's actually a very selfish thing because it's how I feel great. So I'm like, oh, I want to feel great because, so it's almost selfish, but not really. I mean, I really want to help others in some way. I came in to check on Zach, and he is doing exactly what he was doing this morning, which is exactly what he was doing yesterday, which is exactly what he was doing the day before. Just trying to find us a house.
Someone's gotta be, 1, working all the time, 2, doing this. It'd be nice to get some help around here.
I've sent you my houses, Zach. Actually, you know what? There is a house that is perfect. Both my mom and I love, and Zach just won't bite the bullet. What do you have against that house, Zach?
It's not anywhere near where we want to live. It's too expensive for what you get. It's a very average, expensive house.
Clearly, we have problems.
Quick little pickleball warm-up run.
Zach's getting ready for the big pickleball match of the century. Are you scared at all? I feel like there's less on the line for you. Like, I feel like if we lose, you just go about your day. But if we lose, I will be not happy. Carly can, like, she can't beat us, Zach, just so you know, okay? So do your thing. All right, guys, we're at pickleball. We've got Carly's new and improved partner. I'm actually really nervous. Okay.
Could've done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. Making amends, now waking up beside you, holding you till we forget it all. How did I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. Couldn't keep the door shut, and now you're lost.
says it all. You're a tomato. But Joe,
Yeah, it was a good game.
you're a worthy opponent, I have to say. I must admit.
That was good. That was fun.
Singles is crazy.
That was a lot of fun.
Okay, I'm not kidding when I say that was probably the most fun thing I have done in a year. Like, that was just so much fun. And to be clear, I just need everyone to know I'm the worst by a long shot. So when I'm like, the teams are even, I'm not saying I'm as good as everyone, but Zach is just so good, so like it evens it out. But like, that was just so much fun. So yeah, they won one game, we won I think like 6, and oh my gosh, like I'm a pickleball gal now. So my mom was in a pickleball league with several of the other moms like in our town that I know many of, and obviously she can't play anymore because she hurt her knees. So I just came home, told my mom, like, put me in, coach. I'm gonna play for my mom now with the other moms because I just think it'll be so much fun. So yeah, overall today was a great day. It really was. Like, I was kind of stressed about like, oh, I feel like I'm not being like productive. I didn't get like my microphone, but I just think I'm being, I don't know, I just need to go with the flow. Like, if fun things pop up, I want to do them. You know, I want to take advantage of being home and not be so like militant with like, oh, but like I don't know. I just like get so crazy in my head, but today was a great day. Tomorrow, I think we might do a rematch because Zach leaves at the beginning of next week. So we either need to do a rematch tomorrow or never. And they really want to do a rematch, Carly and Joe. And I think the only time available is like 9:30 or 10 p.m. But I think we're going to do it. So that'll be interesting. And tomorrow I'm also getting a facial, which I'm very excited about. So anyway, with that being said, I think I'm going to end the vlog here. And I'll see you next time. I think, okay, this one's going up Saturday, so we'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye.